Also, if I try and get down there, I can get back up. Mr. Massey. Start that one, look done. Back again, get ready, bring back in. Stop that ball. Go, keep moving, get your press. Go. That's it. Lock that quality points. Well done.
Big step, Owen.
Imagine backwards. Imagine that 2 hours. Last one. You ready? It's burn. Play. Play in. It'll last 45 seconds this one. 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Keep it going. Keep it for 45 seconds. And you keep it. Come on. Pull that point. You've got to press. Done. See you. Receiving it. Receiving it between.
turn this mic off.
Can't take the pressure, can they?
No, I want to slag him off.
Come a little bit deeper, Lou. No, yes, nice. But do this, yes, nice.
Put on the grass.
I'm not calling the game off now, mate. Tom, have you got me on the comms?
Yes, nice, yes, nice. You got 1 minute on your own. If you need anything, nice. Just turn it in. Let's go. You.
He's underage as well.
Let's pass. Just be ready. Yes, nice. Let's pass. Finish on that one.
It will be now.
There you go. Good boy.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. No.
Again, 4 days, Wolves TV is live.
So welcome to Wolves TV's coverage of the under-23s against Newcastle United, live here from Agborough, the home of Kidderminster Harriers, but also, of course, the home this season of James Collins' team, who are much in need of 3 points to get themselves back into the promotion shake-up. Has named a strong starting lineup that includes Christian Marques and Lewis Richards moving to a left-back position. Sadou Diallo continues in midfield. And we also have Theo Corbeanu back live on Wolves TV, having had a successful international break away with Canada. Newcastle have named Christian Atsu amongst their starting lineup. You can see him at number 11. Well, Newcastle towards the bottom of the Premier League 2 Division 2 table. Wolves very much the favourites for this. And it will be a tantalising glimpse into what this team is capable of achieving this season. Need a place in the top 5 to enter the end of season promotion playoffs, and they are just outside it at the moment on goal difference, but having played a game less than at least 2 of the teams above them. Plenty of big games to come. We are at the business end of the campaign. And as ever across this weekend, the players will gather around the centre circle as football pauses to pay tribute and remember His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. And here, as at many grounds across the country, we will observe a moment of silence. Football remembers a former president of the Football Association. And now to the task at hand. And it's all about producing what it matters most, learning as they go, this young under-23 side. They are the second youngest on average in Premier League 2 Division 2. They have had to learn the hard way at times this year. Now it's time to see those lessons learned. And an early interception from Hong Wan to get Theo Corbeanu away. And what a strong driving run from him. It's unfortunate that the assistant referee on this near side had judged it to have gone out of play. So down the line, that Hong Wan again is there to intercept. Newcastle trying to play their way out from the back. Interesting that Owen Hesketh has started on that right-hand side for Wolves and Theo Corbeanu on the left. We've been so used to seeing Corbeanu operate from the right-hand side. Wolves with an early opportunity. A throw down the line towards Austin Samuels. Keeping that pressure on. All in towards Samuels. Unfortunate that he bounced back off him. Crossfield ball towards Barrett. Newcastle trying to get in behind, and the flag has stayed down. Lewis Richards is the man tracking. It's a good header away by Jack Scott. And Hesketh now trying to get Scott away at the other end. Cundle. Well, again, looking towards Jack Scott. Wolves dealt with that defensively well. Pressure being applied by Hesketh. Good interception by the chest of Nigel Lonwijk. Lonwijk again trying to stand the ball forwards. And a good interception by Sadou Diallo. Samuels battling hard. Oh, will come to Scott. Hong Wan. Interception and early clearance forwards. Lonwijk got the initial interception. This is Christian Atsu. Trying to drive at Lewis Richards. And across came the combination of Lonwijk and Richards to deal with the danger. There were a bit of a loose one back by Corbeanu. He's got his teammates into a bit of trouble there. Switch wide by Young. Gets it back. This is Owen Bailey for Newcastle. Forwards to Atsu. He might fancy having a go, and he did. Straight down the throat of Joe Young. Look how calm they are, Wolves, to play it out from a difficult area. Richards spotting the run of Samuels. The goalkeeper has come a long way, and he had to deal with that, Jake Turner. Christian Marques. Corbeanu. Did well just to poke it through in the end. Flaherty's ball forwards, looking for Tom Allen, but Lonwijk is there. And again, Wolves composed enough to play their way out of trouble. Not completely just yet, but great strength by Nigel Lonwijk. Draws the foul as well. Scott finding Diallo. Hesketh. Lost possession. Wilson. Newcastle getting the benefit of a free kick. Barrett for Brookwell. Now for Dylan Thompson. Jack Young had dropped deep. Lewis Richards, who has operated more in a central defensive position for Wolves U23s this year. Played in a number of roles, left-hand side of a back three. Has operated as a wing-back as well in the past. Slightly new role for him to deal with today. But he's an accomplished young footballer. He's carried the ball a long way here and finds Cundle. Corbeanu's attempted back flick. Christian Marques for Hong Wan. Neither side have really got a rhythm going just yet. Lonwijk will see it home to Joe Young, who with injury concerns to Rui Patricio over the international break missed the last Premier League 2 game, training with the first team. So it was an opportunity for Jackson Smith, returning from injury, who's on the bench today. Still no Andreas Sondergaard, who's been such a reliable figure in under-23's goal the last 2 years, really. Richards trying to get Corbeanu in behind. Of course came the challenge of Brookwell. Richards has Cundle and Corbeanu short. This is Hong Wan. Dispossessed by Bailey. Diallo wants it back from Marques. Jack Scott trying to feed in behind for the run of Hesketh. Better this from Wolves. Diallo is there. He was lifting it in Corbeanu's general direction. There is Theo Corbeanu. Full Canada international and goal scorer now. That's a very clever ball forwards, but Lonwijk showing good pace and awareness to get there in front of Tom Allen. Lovely ball through. Here's Luke Cundle bearing down on goal, and a super save by Jake Turner. Massive opportunity. Cundle brought it down nicely, set himself. And rather in the end, ended up firing it straight at the keeper. Good stop to deny him. Cundle will feel like he should have scored. And here come Newcastle racing forwards at the other end with a Comfortable take at the near post for Joe Young. The game just seems to be opening up a touch. Here's Cundle again. Corbeanu. Driving run from Theo Corbeanu. Just needed somebody to follow round at the back post. The Wolves will get themselves the corner. Only the one goal for Luke Cundle this season, and it came an awful long time ago in the second game of the campaign away at Leeds. It was a thunderous finish into the top corner on that occasion. That Wolves a 2-2 draw from the side that will be the champions of Premier League 2 Division 2. They are pretty much one win away now. Such has been their dominance this year. It's Cundle's delivery. And Lonwijk stretching. Couldn't get enough of a contact on it. You can see there how physically he's developed, Nigel Lonwijk, over the course of this season. All that time spent training with the first team squad as well. Really seeing it paying off. A young man who is only just 18. Won't be 19 until late October. Thompson for Brookwell. Bailey dropping deep. Barrett looking for the run of Allen, but Marques across to it. And this will be a test of Christian Marques as well, playing in a back four today. We know the talent that he has operating in, it's become known as the Connor Cody role in the middle of a back three. He too has physically developed this year. Fitness staff have done a great job. Corbeanu for Diallo. Now Scott is looking for Hesketh. Hongwan couldn't find Cundle. Interception by Jack Young, carried forwards by Flaherty. Jack Young, the Newcastle captain. Flaherty. Well read by Marques. Look how sharply he was out to that and involved in a neat little interchange of passing. Corbeanu, an ever-willing runner, though he ran himself into the advertising hoarding. Bailey for Christian Atsu. Barrett. Ball walking through for the run of Wilson, and the flag had stayed down. Fortunately, Joe Young was well positioned. This is Owen Hesketh. Marques to Richards. Corbeanu. Cundle. Oh, again, a little bit overhit on that pass. as a Wolves throw. Quite a surprise to a few in black and white shirts. On one back to Richards. Flaherty's challenge again. Elliot Swallow is our referee today. Oh, lovely bit of trickery from Richards. And now Corbeanu. And the ball's gone out of play again. Staying tight to that touchline a couple of times. Theo Corbeanu maybe a touch too tight. Pressure being applied by Austin Samuels, too much pressure. Well, it's been a winning weekend for Wolves at many different levels. The first team at Fulham on Friday night, the under-18s, with an excellent victory over Sunderland on Saturday. Wolves women with a stunning result against a team from a division above, top of the division above in Watford women yesterday. Get themselves through to round 4 of the FA Cup. Hong-Wan trying to get Austin Samuels away, and again Jake Turner came a long way out of his penalty area. Good pressure being put on by Hesketh here. Thompson just about getting himself out of trouble. Jack Scott's header will go behind for a goal kick. Hong-Wan read that well. Rose to his feet and tried to find Cundle. Wolves won 3-0 away at Newcastle earlier on this campaign. Taylor Perry, Meriton Shabani and Luke Matheson with the goals. Taylor Perry is amongst the substitutes today, but Shabani and Matheson out on loan. Sundergaard injured, Oscar Burr, who played that day, out on loan as well. Harun Otazawi started that game too. The Wolves look very different from the side that lined up in that game. Scott with the interception. Hong-Wan for Cundle. Diallo finding Richards. Corbeanu on the outside. Support coming here from Hong-Wan. Nice through ball to Cundle. This is Hesketh. Trying to find Austin Samuels. Samuels with a little bit of room. Oh, brilliant finish. What a goal from Austin Samuels. Had a lot to do when the ball reached him, but he found the space, and didn't he finish it well?
Number 9, Austin Samuels.
Really good intricate team move from the under-23s. Worked it neatly. Some clever passing. And then it was all about a bit of old-fashioned striker play. It'll be a big morale booster for Austin Samuels as well. His 5th of the campaign. First in 5 games as well for Austin Samuels. Atsu's ball, intercepted by Lonwijk. Cundle on the turn. Corbeanu, Richards ahead of him. Cundle here in field. Corbeanu continued on and Cundle tried to thread it through. Diallo couldn't quite find Cundle. Allen will be beaten to it by Lonwijk. Cundle, Hesketh calling for it. Samuels ahead of him. Corbeanu crossing. They'll go wide to Scott. Hesketh. Samuels looking back towards Hesketh again. Samuels has done well to win it back. Corbeanu. Corbeanu is firing towards goal and it needed the deflection. And this has been a really good spell for James Collins' team. Scott back to Diallo. Sets himself and lifts towards Samuels. One by Wilson. Flaherty clearing out of play. Noticeable in this game as well, just how many times Wolves have tried to be a little bit more intricate and creative in that final third. So used to seeing them just play it wide, but showed with the goal there that if they can go a little bit more straight, they have the quality to be able to move the ball. Difficult defensive areas for Newcastle. Lonwijk for Richards. Not sure he entirely expected that. Lonwijk apologises. Marques. Made by Cross. Finds Jack Young. Awkward bounce for Lonwijk to deal with. Did well. On Wan's header. Jack Young first to it. Intercepted by Hong Wan. Closed down by Young. This is Scott. Samuels flick on and Cundle hasn't given this up just yet. His header came off the back of Flaherty. Now here's Hesketh. Hesketh might open out for a strike. It did. Didn't quite get either the power or the direction. Good strong driving run from him again though. Atsu. For Bailey. Just trying to get Wilson in behind. Jack Scott's header. Richards 1-2 with Cundle. Back for Marques. There's injury problems this year as well. Christian Marques has clearly used the time to get in the gym and build himself up physically. He's turned into a very imposing defender. Forget just how young he was when he first got even into the under-23s level. Still only just 18. He was 18 in January. Here's Richards. Blocked off by Christian Atsu. Marques for Lonwijk. Diallo finding Scott. He's got Hesketh down the line. It's a good ball infield to find Hong Wan, who will switch the play back left for Corbeanu. Corbeanu with a lovely ball out to Jack Scott. Set himself well. Crosses deep, but Cundle is there. He's got support from Richards. Players still waiting for a delivery, one of which was Austin Samuels, who wasn't far off connecting with that. But Wilson to carry the ball forwards for Newcastle on towards Atsu, but look at Lewis Richards showing a turn of pace himself to get back there. People who've seen first-team football know just how sharp Christian Atsu can be. Diallo pulling the ball from Richards. Marques to Joe Young. Wolves will be relatively happy with how it's gone so far. Scored a very good goal. Two really good chances either side of it as well. Jack Scott, Cundle, setting it for Hong Wan. Hesketh to Cundle, he was just on the stretch. He knew that there was a lot of space in front of Lewis Richards on this near side. Hong Wan committed himself, couldn't get there. Flaherty driving at Marques, still running, striking, and a comfortable take for Young. Marques for Diallo. Christian Marques again. Diallo exchanging passes with Cundle. Good ball into the feet of Cundle, trying to lay it in behind, and the flag has gone up very late against Austin Samuels. Looked very tight, that one. Again, it was clever play from Wolves, though. They could have just tried to switch it out wide, but they managed to find a route through the middle, through the heart of Newcastle. Jack Young, too high for Ryan Barrett. Just a pause while a couple of players sort their boots out. Niall Brookwell. Diallo to Hongwan. Cundle. Corbeanu wide. Scott making a racing run on the underlap. Corbeanu for Hongwan. Now Cundle again. Jack Scott on for Theo Corbeanu. Jack Young got across to him. That ball's gone out of play. You can see the frustration for Newcastle at the moment. They are being made to run and run hard by crisp interchange of passing from Wolves. It's a good throw in towards Samuels. It's when Wolves a corner, it would have been an incredibly cute and tight angle for Austin Samuels to get one towards goal, but he's already scored one from a difficult position. Cundle's corner. Away by Bailey. Diallo had a go. Here's Sadou Diallo. Switching the play for Lewis Richards. Jack Young was there ahead of Hesketh and Flaherty again to try and carry the ball forwards. Now Christian Atsu. Hesketh there to help out. And very clever play again. And Richards pulling it into an area, inviting Corbeanu to chase on. Couldn't quite get there first. He does have a lovely left foot, Lewis Richards, and a real capability to be able to switch the play. This is Tom Allen. Young to Brookwell. Thompson. Barrett. Nice little flick by Flaherty round the outside of Richards. That was well positioned. Really good defending by Christian Marques. There are a few at this level that read the game better than he. Wolves relatively in control. We had 10 minutes to go until half-time. Austin Samuels, 5th of the season. The difference between the two sides. Newcastle, though, trying to threaten here when numbers arriving. Chief support was from Bailey. And switch the play to Barrett. Dangerous delivery. Young chose to come. And the referee was happy enough, even though Joe Young will feel like he was clattered into. And Corbeanu carried the ball a long way at the other end. Couldn't quite squeeze through a tight gap in the Newcastle defence. Hongwan's foul. Here come Newcastle through Wilson. Hongwan couldn't get the ball away from him. And the cross deflected behind for a corner. And Hongwan is down on the edge of the penalty area. Everybody back defending. Young's delivery, headed away by Jack Scott. Barrett will try and put it back forwards, lifted on by Thompson. Marques with the clearance. Barrett finding Flaherty. Atsu. And his route blocked off. Diallo, Richards, and then Hongwan. Flaherty back to Thompson. Will be intercepted by Hesketh. Hongwan back to Marques. Hesketh couldn't quite hold on to it. Newcastle just having a bit of a better spell here. Cundle rather hit Hesketh, it wasn't meant for him. Pressure being put on by Luke Cundle again though. Trying to show the way. Had the captain's armband in the absence of Christian Marques for a long period. Key figure in this under-23 side. Bailey for Brookwell. Atsu's run. Marques with him. Support was from Barrett. Gets backwards to Jack Young. And now Flaherty for Barrett. Dangerous ball in. Good defending by Nigel Lonwijk. Had to be strong there with Tom Allen arriving at speed. Flaherty. Good shout by Joe Young. Richards for Marques. Hongwan, Diallo, back to Hongwan. That's lovely football. Now Richards, Cundle in field. On again to Lewis Richards. Thought about the early cross, still carrying it forwards, and he wanted the corner. The official was well positioned, Elliot Swallows, and he decided it came off Richards last. Here come Newcastle again at speed, trying to end the half strongly. Jack Scott stuck to his defensive duties well. Good foot in by Hongwan. Cundle now trying to set Corbeanu away. Samuels is in the middle. Corbeanu just being held up. Support here from Jack Scott. Hongwan has been in the wars so far. Corbeanu. Diallo for Cundle. To Sadou Diallo. Oh, that's clever interplay. Cundle back to Diallo again. He was just trying to poke it through to Richards. But now Christian Atsu has space to attack. Hongwan trying to get back to help out Christian Marques. Atsu for Flaherty. Oh, good save. Really good save from Joe Young at full stretch. It was bending. It might not have crept in that near post, but Young had to make absolutely sure. Newcastle are ending the half strongly, looking much more a threat. Flaherty's delivery. Bailey's header goalwards, but a comfortable take for Joe Young again. So long he's had to be the understudy to Andreas Sondergaard. He'll have enjoyed training much more with the first team group recently. Getting his chance and opportunity to shine. Scott's throw, Samuel's challenge. There'll be another Wolves throw. One minute to be added on. Scott was looking for Samuels.
There will be an additional 1 minute of added time. 1 minute.
Diallo couldn't hold it up, but Hongwan again with a good challenge. Reads the game really well, Hongwan. Gets about in that midfield area. Offers good protection to the back line. Ever more important, having gone to the back four today. He and Diallo shield that defensive unit. Samuels challenging. Oh, that's a little bit harsh, you might feel. Certainly Austin Samuels will feel like that. Harrying and harassing the Newcastle back line. A good first half performance from James Collins' team in front. Thanks to Austin Samuels' goal. Well worked team move, and he still had an awful lot to do, Samuels, when he got the ball inside the Newcastle penalty area, but he shifted it so neatly onto his right foot and drilled it into the bottom corner for his 5th of the campaign. He's now out and out the 2nd top scorer for the season, just 2 behind Taylor Perry. It's his first goal, though, since the win away at Fulham at the back end of February. Wolves had been 4 games without a victory at Premier League 2, Division 2 level. 3 points would move them back into the playoff positions in the table, and at half-time they are well on the way to it. Wolves 1, Newcastle 0. Yes, welcome back to Agborough, the home of Kidderminster Harriers and Wolves under-23s. Wolves with the advantage from half-time. Austin Samuels, 5th goal of the season. If Wolves that advantage. Doesn't look like any changes for either side at half-time. We'll run you through the two teams very shortly as we get ready to go again for a big 45 minutes. See this job through. There are some important games elsewhere in Premier League 2, Division 2 kicking off now. Luke Cundle ready to get us going.
All attendees are reminded that they should be seated with a gap of a minimum of 3 seats. Face coverings must also be worn at all times. Thank you.
So Wolves with Joe Young in goal, the back four with Jack Scott, Nigel Lonwijk, Christian Marques and Lewis Richards. Sadou Diallo, Hong Wan and Luke Cundle in midfield. Theo Corbeanu, Austin Samuels and Owen Hesketh, the most advanced three. Jake Turner is in goal for Newcastle. Ryan Barrett, Niall Brookwell, Dylan Thompson and Bradley Cross, their back four. Adam Wilson, Owen Bailey, Jack Young and Christian Atsu across the midfield, and Tom Allen and Stan Flaherty up top. And having worn the wrong shirt numbers in the first half, Adam Wilson and Christian Atsu have switched over for the second period. So Atsu's gone from number 7 to number 11, which was what he was scheduled to be on the official team sheet. The officials might have had a word. I'm sure they had spares. Hong Wan, that's not a bad ball actually for Samuels. He's got support coming from Scott. Might not need it. Dangerous ball in. Brookwell just got something on it when Hesketh was arriving. Good start to the second period for Wolves. Corbeanu couldn't deliver. Richards header forwards. Atsu. To switch the play. Diallo for Marques and back to Sadou Diallo. 21 years of age, the oldest man in this Wolves lineup. Lonwijk again trying to get Samuels in behind, and the goalkeeper started to come and then backed away. Samuels just ran out of room. But it's been given as a Wolves throw. I'm not entirely sure it should have been. Scott to Hesketh. Now Hong Wan. Corbeanu. Cundle. Diallo again. Lonwijk for Marques. Sadou Diallo. Finding Richards. He's got Cundle here. Corbeanu wide. Richards had continued on his run. Corbeanu settling for winning the corner. Had a lot of the ball at his feet in the first half, Theo Corbeanu, though wasn't an awful lot that came from it. He'll be hoping to produce a few more cutting final balls. He's hoping to get himself on the score sheet as well, just as he did for Canada during the international break. Cundle's corner goes short to Diallo. Set back for Cundle. Back to Diallo again. And he fancied a go, deflected it in from Austin Samuels. Second of the game for him. This time utilising his poacher's instinct.
Goal scorer for Wolves, number 9, Austin Samuels.
Diallo's strike, and he just needed to help it on its way, diverting it past a helpless Jake Turner. He's doubled his goal tally for the afternoon, and he's doubled his team's too. And it's a welcome cushion as well. They beat Newcastle 3-0 earlier this campaign. It also puts Austin Samuels just one behind Taylor Perry now in the under-23 scoring charts. Had a bit of a frustrating loan to Bradford earlier on in the season. Bradford weren't having the greatest of times, and managerial changes too. But he's looking threatening again, and Cundle was inches away from playing him clean through. Wan penalised for being a little bit late. Brookwell for Young. Austin Samuels fouled. Diallo, good ball, finding Scott. It's going all the way back to Lonwijk. Diallo for Richards. Finding Cundle. Lonwijk with plenty of time. Hong-Wan closed down though. And this is Allen. Support from Bailey. And now Atsu. And it opened out for Atsu, but Joe Young well behind it. And that'll be the point to be wary about Wolves. They are always keen to play out from tight areas. Just got to be careful that they don't play themselves into trouble. And that's a lovely turn from Samuels. And oh, he just stood on the ball at the crucial moment. If he could have got it out of his feet. He was bearing in on Niall Brookwell. Full of energy, having bagged himself a brace. Diallo fouled. Wolves getting on with things quickly. Cundle for Corbeanu. Cundle again, back onto Theo Corbeanu. Excellent run this! And just in the end, blocked off by Turner. There were numbers in the penalty area as well. And that would have been a lovely goal. Atsu stealing it from Diallo and just a little tug on him. Wolves third may just kill this game off. They are showing signs at the moment, Wolves, that they are not just going to settle for the two. Wilson blocked off by Scott. Lonwijk for Samuels, did really well to get it to Hesketh. Hesketh caught by Christian Atsu. Flick on by Scott. Thompson there ahead of Hesketh. Good pressure being put on by Cundle. Young back to Thompson. Still goalless in the other games that kicked off at 1 o'clock. As Newcastle come flying forwards here through Allen. Oh, brilliantly tracked by Lewis Richards. Themselves into a bit of difficulty here though. And the flag stays down against Allen. Might get a second chance, and again it was a flying challenge from Hong Wan. Young trying to strike it, blocked by Scott. And Scott in with a strong challenge. Newcastle getting the throw. But much more threat from the away team now. Bailey overhits the pass. Two of the teams who are above Wolves in the table playing today in Crystal Palace and Stoke. As things stand, Crystal Palace, if it stays as a draw in that game, will move on to 30 points with 3 games to go. Wolves would be on 31, just above them with 4 games remaining. We'll have the small matter of a local derby against West Bromwich Albion next up on Monday the 19th. Again, a midday kickoff here at Agborough. And Norwich are here on the 26th. And then away and then home to Reading, another potential playoff contender, to finish the season by the 10th of May. And we hope it will be extended into the playoffs. Higher you finish, you get home advantage. Playoffs are only one-legged in Premier League 2, Division 2. There's Hong Wan, Diallo for Marques. Richards having another strong game. Hesketh. Jack Scott is in acres of space on this right-hand side. If Wolves can find room to switch it, they might not need to, because here's Corbeanu. Might deflect into the path of Cundle. Good save again to Hesketh striking. Goalkeeper did just enough. Scott's delivery came off Cundle to Corbeanu. Oh, and it almost found its way to Samuels. Wolves putting real pressure on that Newcastle goal in search of a third. It's Owen Bailey who is going off for Newcastle. Matthew Bondswell coming on.
Substitution for Newcastle. Number 4, Owen Bailey, is replaced by number 12, Matthew Bondswell.
Wolves will definitely feel like they should have had more than the 2 goals they've had so far. Real chance to improve their goal difference as well. Diallo finding Scott. On one back to Lonwijk. Richards infield to Diallo. Oh, quite made the run for him. Wan couldn't quite find Corbeanu. Well, the ball is running in Wolves' favour at the moment. There's Diallo. Interesting character, Matthew Bondswell, that's just come on. He's started his career at Nottingham Forest and has spent time in Germany with RB Leipzig. Here is Jack Scott. It's not a bad delivery. Corbeanu! Lovely header. Finally, the third arrives. Really inviting cross. And all he had to do, Theo Corbeanu, was apply the finish. Always felt like the third goal was going to be important, just to stretch it out and knock a little bit of stuffing out of Newcastle's attempts to get back into the game. Theo Corbeanu's 5th of the season. First time he's been on the score sheet though since he got a double in the derby against Albion back in December. But having scored for his country, he's back amongst the goals for the under-23s. The Wolves have been very much back amongst the goals here. Atsu. It's it back again. Good foot in though by Marques. So assured for an 18-year-old Christian Marques. Diallo for Hesketh. Now for Jack Scott. Scott again, driving deep at Bonswell. And it found its way to Samuels. Oh. And I think just the back of Jake Turner denied Austin Samuels a hat-trick. Wilson to Jack Young. Trying to find Barrett. They won't just want to settle for three. They will very much want certainly to keep the clean sheet, and if they can get a couple more goals to add to the tally as well. Up to 33 goals in 20 Premier League 2 appearances this season. One seeing it through. Now I've been amongst the lowest scorers in Premier League 2 this year. Ahead of today, only Albion, Newcastle and Norwich had scored fewer. But only Leeds, Stoke and Norwich had had a better defence. Oh, without Connor Carty through injury, be an option to go up top. Didn't have Samuels for the first part of the season. He did start the campaign, started it really well against Burnley, then headed out on loan. Taylor Perry had scored the majority of the goals in the first part of the campaign, but missed a good 5 or 6 games through injury. He's still finding his way back. Scott. Oh, what a good ball by Cundle. Good run by Cundle, excellent ball by Scott to find him. And Hesketh closing in. Saw early on in the game, Wolves' first chance of it, where Cundle had made a very similar run. Hit his shot straight at the goalkeeper on that occasion. It's a different element to his game. He's normally a lot deeper in that midfield. Adam Wilson allowed to run. He's run a long way, only really Atsu inside the penalty area. Jack Young looking for the run of Atsu, but Marques is always across to see it go behind. What a pleasant scoreline for James Collins and his staff to see. Two draws and 2 defeats in the last 4 as well. Had just slowed down the progress that they'd been making. Going to see a potential double change coming up relatively soon. You can see on the far side, just out of your shot, Pascal Estrada and Taylor Perry both getting themselves ready. In the meantime, here's Scott for Hesketh. Onwan finding Lonwijk and getting it back again. Samuels had made a good run. Wilson with the interception. This is Allen. He's had a go. Ooh, it wasn't far off at all. Joe Young was scrambling for just a moment. Was drilled towards his goal by Tom Allen. Wolves will be relatively happy if Newcastle have been reduced to having efforts from that kind of distance. It shows just how well they've defended so far. Marques with the first slip of the game, really, from him. Young's clearance. Thompson under pressure from Samuels, who has kept working. Now Hesketh, chance for Hesketh, there it is! A fourth goal for Wolves. Their pressure told, they forced the mistake. And Owen Hesketh still had a bit of a job to do, but calmly and coolly lifted it into the empty net. Wolves are going to bring on Pascal Estrada for Christian Marques.
Number 11, Owen Hesketh.
Hopefully nothing too serious in that. For Marques going off.
Substitution for Wolves, number 5, Christian Marques, is replaced by number 12, Pascal Estrada.
Hogwan again, Samuels, oh, just couldn't quite reach it. And look at the energy and the work rate from Wolves. 4-0 up, but still pushing and still chasing and pressing, and having conceded 4 last time out, now scoring 4 and threatening even more. Richards for Estrada. Diallo, nice turn. Away from Flaherty. Finding Cundle. Hesketh's run. Newcastle trying to get out from a tight squeeze down in that corner. Atsu dispossessed by Hongwan. Tom Allen's ball forwards, but Richards had tracked all the way. Hesketh goal is 4th of the campaign. First since the win over Crystal Palace here. Been 5 games without a goal, having been on a real scoring run of 3 and 4 around the turn of the new year. Well taken by Joe Young. Saw it all the way into his arms. He wants to get Wolves moving quickly. Diallo. Cundle. On for Corbeanu. Diallo has continued his run here. Samuels waits if they can find room to deliver into the box. Diallo. Now Corbeanu for Cundle. Oh, just got away from him at the final moment. Taylor Perry will come on for Hong Wan.
Substitution for Wolves, number 4, Hong Wan, is replaced by 15, Taylor Perry.
The team's already scored 4, and on comes the season's top goal scorer. Not a bad change to be able to make. Wilson, Samuels battling hard to win it back. Samuels again in there challenging on Young. Very well, pull it back. Young's diagonal ball for Wilson. Up against Jack Scott. Trying a bit of trickery. Turned himself into trouble. Diallo, good strength. Perry just in field of him. Corbeanu further wide to the left-hand side. Still Diallo carries it. And in the end played it a little bit behind Corbeanu. Trying to wriggle his way through. Newcastle with the numbers back to defend. Looks like Chem Campbell might be coming on shortly as well, as Wolves throw on even more attacking talent. And there won't be a hat-trick for Austin Samuels. But what an afternoon he's had. His 2 goals that got things going. The first, real quality, real excellent striker play as he got the ball. He's back to goal inside the penalty area, worked it onto his right foot and drilled it into the bottom corner.
Austin Samuels.
And the second was all about being a poacher on the end of Sadou Diallo's strike to divert it home at the near post. And he gets a bit of warm congratulations from James Collins there. Corbeanu looks like he might go fairly central now. Cundle feinting to take it short. Will lift it in. Clearing header, rather unchallenged. Diallo's done well there to get it back wide to Cundle. Lonwijk was still forwards, away by Thompson. Diallo for Richards. Cundle for Perry. Now on wide for Richards. Time to set himself. He was looking for Hesketh at the near post. Perry winning possession back. I said at the start about this young Wolves team that many of them got their first opportunities at under-23 level last season. As Christian Atsu goes off to be replaced by Regan Thompson.
Substitution for Newcastle, number 11, Christian Atsu, is replaced by 15, Regan Thompson.
They had to learn the hard way last year. Many of them were just 17 when they were put into the under-23s to advance their development. Wolves ended up being relegated, but many of them found an awful lot in their education. And now we are hopefully beginning to see it bear through. Just at the right time. Mention how that some of them have developed physically as the season has gone on. Game management and the way they craft opportunities has been really impressive today. Maybe the experience of someone like Diallo, who was part of the Wolves side who were promoted from Premier League 2, Division 2 a couple of seasons ago. Scored the winning goal in the final game at Man United that clinched that promotion in incredible scenes. Wolves were 2 down going into the final few minutes, needing to win the game. Diallo inspired the turnaround on that occasion for Rob Edwards' side as it was then. Many of that team are now progressing well and playing football in the Football League, playing first team level. There are others out on loan who could still have been a part of this side, but their development now better served playing first team football. It's allowed people like this man, Lewis Richards, to just continue to grow and get better and better. Corbeanu didn't quite mean that to go to Scott, but it's worked out anyway. Wilson. Blocked off by Scott. Campbell fancying a dribble. Crashed into by Brookwell. Well, as ever, we get your reaction. It will be available across the Wolves social media channels and wolves.co.uk and on the app as well, as Hesketh goes for goal. Well wide of the left-hand post. And what a winning weekend it's been. The first team at Fulham on Friday, the under-18s against Sunderland on Saturday, the women at Watford yesterday, and now the under-23s against Newcastle here at Kidderminster today. Wilson for Newcastle, trying to play it through to Allen. Allen with a big chance, and what a good save again from Joe Young. Second time in the game that he's been called upon to make a pretty stunning stop. Blocked by Taylor Perry. Bondswell tracked by Hesketh. All about keeping that 0 now, as far as Wolves are concerned. Joe Young just came up trumps for it. And if he does manage to hang on to that clean sheet, he will have fully deserved it. Estrada has got himself the free kick. Free header for Cross. Richards to Cundle, and now Perry. Campbell got crunched into. Last couple of minutes. Just going to see this through now. On the verge of a first win in 5. In quite convincing fashion. This is Barrett for Newcastle. Support from Flaherty. Charged down by Diallo. Campbell might be able to set off. Oh, and again, a couple of real crunching challenges went in on him. And the final one from Brookwell. Frustration maybe boiling over for Newcastle there. There's been a couple of times where Newcastle players have flown in on Chem Campbell. Jack Young getting a yellow card. Looks like Campbell is okay. Brookwell is probably a little bit fortunate to have got away without a yellow card there as well. Has been a goal elsewhere in the 1 o'clock kickoff. Sunderland lead Albion by a 1-0. Albion firmly bottom of Premier League 2, Division 2. Sunderland, if it stays like that, will move themselves onto 30 points. Just a point behind Wolves. Race for the playoff positions is heating up. Leeds are going to win the title. They're a long way clear. Stoke then have a bit of a cushion to other sides in their second position on 36. Then will come Wolves on 31. Burnley on 30 with only 3 games left. Palace will be on 30 if they can maintain a draw with Stoke. Still 0-0 in that game. And Sunderland on 30 as well, with Reading on 28 and Villa on 27. As well as Wolves have played today, they will have to follow it up against West Brom next week. Wins against Albion and Norwich in the next 2 games, 2 of the sides who've been struggling, as well as Newcastle. Should well be enough to at least be in the playoffs, but they want to finish as high as possible to get home advantage. Loose pass that Cundle can pounce onto. Diallo. Nice ball for Perry. Trying to find Campbell here. Chem Campbell! Almost. Almost the icing on the cake. Again, a good breakaway. Got it onto that left foot. Just couldn't quite find the bottom corner. Scott with the interception. Diallo. Cundle for Perry. Oh, and Perry was caught very late there by Flaherty. And he's going to get a yellow card.
Be a minimum of 4 minutes added time. 4 minutes.
Stan Flaherty into the referee's notebook. Richards for Cundle. And even at this late stage of the game, Lewis Richards still prepared to fly down that left-hand side. Considering he is more naturally a centre-half, he's occasionally played as a wing-back. He has operated very well as a left-back today. The Academy Player of the Season in 2019. Brookwell's ball is overhit. So make sure you head to wolves.co.uk and the Wolves app as well for the very latest reaction and highlights from this winning weekend across all 4 of our main teams. So see an interview with Adama Traore, who set this winning weekend in motion. His late winner at Fulham on Friday night. Jack Scott, infield to Diallo. Switching the play, what a ball out to Campbell. Richards again is running on the underlap. Great pass by Sadou Diallo. And tempers are just flaring a little bit here. Taylor Perry is going to get a bit of a telling off. And a little bit more than that as well. Young's crossfield ball to Bondswell. Allen. Allen had a little bit of a kick there at Lonwijk after the play had gone. Strada intercepting. Referee just stepped in. Make sure nothing more came from that. What an excellent performance from James Collins under 23s to beat Newcastle by 4 goals to 0 and kickstart their playoff promotion push. Austin Samuels got a double. One early on in the first half, one early on in the second. Theo Corbeanu's header from Jack Scott's cross made it 3. And Owen Hesketh pouncing on a loose ball to lift it over a stranded Newcastle goalkeeper for the 4th. In truth, Wolves could have had even a couple more in what was a brilliantly entertaining but dominant performance. One they will be thoroughly delighted with. Reaction, as ever, will be across the social media channels and online at wolves.co.uk and via the Wolves app too. The under-23s add to Wolves women, Wolves under-18s and the men's first team in winning our matches across this 4-day weekend. Hope you've enjoyed them all on Wolves TV. We'll be back with you very soon indeed.